Breaking news. On Wednesday of last week, Bjork, Texas A&M's athletic director, had gotten approval from the Board of Regents to enter into formal contract negotiations with Jed Fish.
Ooh, that would have been a great hire.
On Thursday, while the Board of Regents thought he was doing that, he was actually doing it with Mark Stoops.
Oh, and that's why they turned it down. That's why they were
Wait
like, no.
for it. Wait, it gets even juicier. Who's Mark Stoops' agent? Oh, it's the same agent as the Texas A&M athletic director. Uh-oh, that's a no-no. Everything was done on Saturday night. He went to the board to tell them. Someone found out before anyone else knew and asked Lucy, who's the head director of the Tex Eggs, what message board, which because that's what Aggies use. They use message boards.
Yeah, everybody, college football.
So Lucy leaked that Mark Stoops was the new hire. Madness ensued. The Board of Regents refused to give formal approval for the contract to Mark Stoops. Literally within an hour, in the middle of the night, everyone was on board with Elko, and it was a done deal by Sunday morning.
Elko's a
You're
great.
Welcome.
Elko's a great
absolutely.
hire. Jed Fish would have been really good. So you're going from offensive-minded coach in Fisher to offensive-minded coach in Jed Fish. But
if
now
I'm
you're getting
A&M,
the other side of it.
If I'm A&M, the only thing I want to make sure is I don't lose Connor Wegman, because Connor Wegman is the best quarterback in the SEC. That includes Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning. Like he would on tape, on film. I mean, the good news is A&M has the deepest pockets, so out of anyone in the SEC, which is wild, I know, but still, it's oil money, baby.
Oil money. Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk the new head coach of Texas A&M through trials and tribulations, Mike Elko.
So many names.
I mean, Duke football hasn't been anything for decades. And then all of a sudden, Mike Elko's had them.
Duke has a football team? Just kidding. Daniel Jones played for Duke.
Hey, Daniel Jones's coach was really good. He was the Manning coach, remember?
He was Daniel Jones, baby.
There was a reason why we all
9
booed.
wins.
There's a reason why we all booed when they made the pick, okay? I nearly threw my television set out my apartment window when that pick came across the wire, all right? Don't get me started. And I've been saying bad things ever since. You guys almost got me. You almost got me to believe when he went through that murderer's row of bad defenses 5 weeks in a row last year. And of course, the Giants didn't look up the stats. Sorry.
Woody, I just want you to know, we didn't almost get you to believe. We got you to believe, which is even worse.
I wasn't believing.
Sold. Well, you had to accept it because of the amount of money they paid the man.
I did. So. Yeah, I was like, great. All right.
Like, well, I guess I have to accept it, so I'll try to make myself believe this is real because I got to live with it.
Yeah, I had to, and now
it's like,
luckily,
you're kidnapped.
It only buries us for like 1 more year, so I think they might actually cut him. Honestly.
It's actually 2 more years.
Yeah, I think they might cut him and just eat it, though.
That makes sense. I mean, it is what it is.
We'll find out. All right. Yeah. So Duke football. Duke football has been pretty good under Mike Elko. Turned it around, right?
Yeah, been great. Yeah.
Great defensive coach. They got a quarterback. That's the key. What did we talk about when we talked about Michigan State? Physical. Got to be physical. Got to build it from the inside out. Offensive line, defensive line.
Florida State tough, right, this year?
Notre Dame, actually. Notre Dame. Did they beat Notre Dame? I can't remember if they beat Notre Dame.
They did beat Notre Dame, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So that's a huge win for Duke. I don't care whether Notre Dame has the explosive. Yeah, that's a huge win. Nevertheless, Mike Elko, defensive-minded coach. I think the key for him is can he hire the right offensive coordinator? I think a lot of ways, college football is all about how you structure things. It's number one, it's going to be recruiting. Well, we know Texas A&M can get the recruits. They know what they're doing in terms of NIL to get those guys in. Now it's all about culture and building that part up from the ground up. So where's that foundation going to start? I think it's going to start on the defensive side of the football at the line of scrimmage. And Mike Elko is going to have to, number one, hire a strength coach that embodies all of those things and that understands the importance of building up that offensive line, that defensive line, especially in the SEC when you're trying to compete against the likes of Georgia and Alabama, LSU, these teams that are getting NFL talent all the time, especially in the trenches. So you said it, Nate, keeping the quarterback in place that they have, just keeping pieces there. Since the transfer portal window is opening, a lot of these guys could be looking elsewhere very soon. And there's going to be a lot of suitors out there looking to take some of these big time names that are still within the program. It was just a few years ago that A&M had like the Joe Moore award-winning offensive line. The year before, I believe Michigan won. I think it might have been 2020, maybe 2019. Nevertheless, they've had some really good pieces in that aspect of things. And you're in Texas. So and Elko, he actually coached at Texas A&M, by the way, before. So he should have relationships. Yeah, he should have the relationships already in place. I think that's just like a great hire, a guy who understands.
It'll be interesting to see who he picks to run the offense, to be completely honest. That's where
it's going to matter.
Like, that's the only thing that really matters right now, as far as if you're an A&M fan, which I'm not. I just kind of been merged into the fan base by virtue of marriage. Just it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who they pick as their offensive play caller. And because I can already tell you, Mike Elko is going to get that defense to be a top 5 defense in the SEC.
Oh, I mean, they should already be that with the talent that they've brought in.
Unfortunately, Jimbo Fisher doesn't know how to coach a football team.
Yeah, he doesn't. All right, y'all. Texas A&M. Go Aggies.
I don't know.
Gig 'em Ags, I believe, is the exact statement.
Well, there's oil money involved. So if you want us to talk more Aggies, send some of that our way.
Yeah, I'll even just take the oil.
The Aggies. I'll talk. I will make this all about Texas A&M if you pay me.
Yeah.
Woody disagrees.
I'll talk to Lucy.
He'll do it for the right price. All right.